Hello, and welcome back for part 2 of the von Carstein Lord and Hero Only campaign, where, to start things off, we're fighting this army of Temple Hoth, which is very weak and is basically just free experience. Let's see here. Oh, Isabella also just leveled up over the end turn. That's nice. Right. So, yes, 4 skill points from this set of spells before I can move on up the magic line. Definitely want this. It's sort of same army-wide healing effect that the casters in my Arkham campaign were using. This is so effective when your units have high defense, like high melee defense and high armor, because they just take that much less damage, and this is a flat healing amount, right? So I think even without adding extra spells, I think I'll just go for this. So something like Raised Dead I think will be... I'll definitely try and make use of Raised Dead this campaign. Possibly not so much on Isabella, but perhaps with Necromancers. That's obviously a way to get kind of a unit in battle temporarily. So that'll... well, not really, but slightly make up for not having actual units. But I don't think my vampires need to prioritize it. Yeah, I maybe should have just clarified at the beginning that I am allowing stuff in battle that raises temporary units. I'm just not allowing the Raised Dead from the campaign map. It's unfortunate they have the same name. But yeah, in battle abilities there's no restriction. So let's see, just have to make sure everybody's able to reinforce here, and then I'll launch the attack with Isabella herself. Also want this White King to join somebody. It's too bad he can't join Isabella, but because she's in the settlement that's under siege, he'll be coming in to reinforce. I'm not actually sure if heroes get reduced experience for being in a reinforcing army. I know that lords do.
What do you want?
They might not, so...
Move. I hunt.
Okay, this is...
King of Darkness.
I think this is okay, and I can always withdraw... Oh no, I'm not getting a reinforcement arrow from Stefan. Well, I can always... Oh, okay, and I should actually add this guy first. What do I want this White King to do after the battle? I think I might actually want him to scout a little... Yeah, let's just stick him in this army over here. Yeah, so this didn't grab Stefan, so I need to slightly adjust where he's positioned to get experience. Okay, no worries. I do not understand this balance of power at all. It's almost like having the crappy garrison units makes us weaker somehow.
My bloodline calls.
Yeah, so you just need to get a bit closer, I think, buddy. Stand here.
This better be important.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about with, like, some slight issues of positioning with armies. When you've got lots of them together like this. Okay, I still don't think he's reinforcing. Oh, is there a limit on the number of reinforcing armies you can have, and the garrison takes up one of those? That could be. I hadn't even considered that. Huh. Yeah, because I'm on the edge of the red circle here, and I can't move him any closer. Well, it's alright. Losing a bit of experience on Stefan's not a problem. It's worth remembering this though. I probably should have been aware of that. That you can't, if there is a limit on the number. Alright, in any case, we can... Yeah, this shouldn't be a difficult battle. I think I'll just have these units withdraw. I think the only thing Oh, I either should have them withdraw or not participate. I want to get a decisive victory rate, and so what's my best... Yeah, what's my best chance of doing that? I think for the balance of power, in terms of when an army actually breaks in battle, it counts the units that have left the battlefield as having been destroyed, but then when it determines what type of victory, I don't think it does that. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to experiment around a tiny bit with stuff like this in this campaign. I'm just not familiar with playing with, um, you know, armies of just heroes and lords, so I probably won't do everything optimally. I think it's all good though. Let's gamble for a bit more magic. We've got decent recharge rate, but yeah. The Lord's very low on health, so that's why I'm so surprised that the balance of power was not more in our favour. Okay, and I can't withdraw with these units. Okay, well I guess that takes the decision away. Let's just have them come down here and not participate in the battle. In that case, or even better, maybe just hide in the wood. Okay, so we have Isabella, Vlad, Wulfric, and then Shadows, Death, and White King. Yeah, so the direwolves are the only fast unit, so we should try and deal with those, and then just kill their general who's very low on health already, and we can easily mop up whatever's left. Sorry if you pick up a bit of background noise there, it's just some vehicle outside my apartment.
Bow before me.
Yeah, so this guy is basically still tier 1, he just has Van Hels's Dance Macabre and the Invocation of Nehek. He probably should have been trying to cast this to get himself a bit healthier, but I think the AI doesn't think to use healing spells on units that started the battle a bit injured. Oh, he just used Invocation on the Heck on this unit, which doesn't actually restore entities. Well.
I am busy.
Okay, let's go after the direwolves. Could probably drop a Spirit Leech on them. No, they're coming at us, it's all good. I do want to drop this ability on their Lord though. Yeah, let's focus on the Lord. Just kill him as fast as possible. Yeah, he's taking, even with that melee attack penalty, he's still able to take a chunk out of our units. That's what that hero took a damage from, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Alright, he's got very little health left. That's a Spirit Leech. Yeah, got him. Nice. Alright, Vlad's just hanging out. Why don't you join in? Alright, we've got this now. I don't know what the balance of power was all about. Yeah, it's like these other units can't hit us. Alright. Yeah, it's too bad there's not a way to just sort of choose which reinforcing armies you want. But I don't think there'll be... Well, I'll have to just bear this in mind in the future, that the Garrison takes up one of the 4 armies that you can have in a battle at once. Okay, so this is the first time we actually won a pitched battle. Definitely don't need replenishment. Now I already have a stack of this from earlier, because you automatically pick this up if you occupy a settlement. So do I want this for an extra 5 turns, or would I rather have 215 money? I think 250 money is really pretty insignificant, so let's just add extra stacks of the leadership buff to Isabella.
My will alone.
Alright, so he was killed in battle, but apparently something in his army survived. I'm always a little baffled by how this works with the armies like the undead armies that disintegrate, because I'm pretty sure everything did disintegrate.
Your last mistake.
Well, I mean, I should be grateful, I think, because this is just an extra battle, an opportunity to get more experience, right? So, sure. Not saying no to that. And here, just continue with points in our vampire's magic.
King of Darkness.
Flag gets to rank 3. Wonder if this applies. Wonder if stuff like this applies if he's not the main general, like if he's coming in to reinforce. Not sure about that. I think these boosts to Vlad's fighting skills are not a high priority, even though I took this point first. I think the hunger is solid because in very long prolonged like melee scraps against tons of enemy units, the hunger is so valuable, but I'm not going to be fighting. Yeah, I mean, once Temple Health's wiped out, I'm not going to be fighting vampires, and the human and Skaven lords are just not the strongest, so I don't think these stats are. I'll get them eventually, but I don't think they're super viable. So do I want to put a point in this? I mean, having more magic items is actually great in this campaign, right? Because everything, all my characters can have magic armor, magic weapon. So that's tempting. Sure, let's try it. I guess I don't have a way of seeing whether that's actually getting me extra magic items when, say, Isabella's leading the attack. But in any case, at some point it'll make a difference. Yeah, and then... Oh yeah, White King. Oh yeah, White King got straight to level 2 off a single battle. I guess he didn't have experience cut for being in reinforcement army. Okay. Trying to remember. Yeah, this is an older hero, so he just doesn't have too much in the way of the skill tree. He's even worse off than the Tomb Prince from the Tomb King faction. So he'll eventually be able to pick up everything. I'm not going to prioritize his like campaign map skills. He doesn't have the assassinate ability. It's just wound. I think the Banshee has assassinate. In any case, let's just start along his self-improvement line for extra stat boosts.
I'll have your soul.
Okay. So I think I'll prioritize leveling up Isabella again because she's the one I want to get to Wind of Death.
What do you want? Move to the shadows.
Alright, you're gonna have to get a bit closer.
Move.
That'll do.
More sleep shines. Going. Recusant. Follow me.
Is that close enough? It is. Okay, and I think the reason that this army is not withdrawing and won't withdraw here is that they don't have any settlements left, so they're essentially desperate.
No mercy.
Yeah, I mean, this is... this I can just auto-resolve. It's like literally 32 skeletons. Okay, that's basically no magic. Let's just build up stats of this leadership buff. If there's a downtime when I'm not at war, this will start to wear off, right? So... Ooh, that's a nice item. 12 ward save. And Vlad did pick up an item straight away, cool. Yeah, so what I was saying was, she now has 13 turns on this leadership boost. Getting a leadership boost on Isabella and all my heroes, because I know the White King's in the other army just temporarily, but I will have all my heroes for now just stacked on Isabella. But that leadership boost is really nice. in battles against stronger armies. So I think that's all good. Yeah, so tons of level up for what were really easy battles. Yeah, Gaze of Nagash isn't... Gaze of Nagash, Van Hal's Dance Macabre, I don't think they're really what I want here. So put points into Raised Dead. And almost up to Evasion already, that's really great. Yeah, don't think I need these debuffs so much. Melee attack, melee defense down for 22 seconds isn't the worst, but Vlad and Isabella already have their special beguiling whatever it is. Yeah, Master of Beguilement. So,
My bloodline calls.
as I said, I'm going to just prioritize spending all my magic in the battles on healing spells, rather than trying to get too fancy with other stuff. I think healing's all we really need. Okay, you picked up a Talisman of Endurance, which is fine, but I probably will just give it to Isabella. I know she already has a better melee defense, but... she is the
This better be important.
boss, as it were. And Vlad can keep that magic resistance. Yeah, magic resistance is kind of whatever, especially at this point. Okay, Sword of Anti-Heroes. So 25% base weapon and armor piercing weapon damage, magic attacks. Oh, that's interesting. So enable magic attacks is not always a... that could be a slight downside. Melee attack up is good. So that's currently on Wulfric. Wulfric already has better melee attack than Isabella, right? Wulfric has... yeah, he does. Trying to remember exactly the formula here. I should have looked this up ahead of this campaign. I don't recall if it's like 30, if the percent chance to hit in melee is 30 plus melee attack minus the enemy melee defense, or if it's 20. I think it's something in there, in that ballpark. Alright. Let's just not spend more time over tiny issues and give everything, like, just give it Isabella all the best stuff. Charge bonus and Unbreakable. Sure. Unbreakable's a really nice ability. It's too bad it's only so temporary. I wonder if there's magic items I can get that give permanent Unbreakable. I don't remember ever getting one on vampire counts before, but that would be awesome. Like, combination of great melee stats, regeneration, plus Unbreakable is pretty insane, I think. Okay, this would be good, but you're not actually going to be the attacker most of the time. Let's see. Yeah, this is not a campaign where I'm prioritizing getting to Lightning Strike at all. I don't think... oh, growth in local province. That's actually... oh, that's nice. That's really nice, actually. I think I will... let's work towards that on my generic Vampire Lords for now. I really need to boost the growth in my regions as fast as I can, since I'm only making use of so few buildings, and a bunch of them are tier 4 and 5 that I want. So, yeah. And level 3 on the White King. He's already got good melee defense, but I think I just focus on that even more. We're mostly going to be fighting stuff with low melee defense at the beginning of the campaign, so I want to just make sure he takes as little damage as possible. Okay, so I think the remaining Templar forces will just be wiped out by Manfred on Manfred's turn. I'm not gonna like venture into Manfred's territory to take them out. I'm not sure I could even reach.
Fellow beatless.
So where are we at for agreements with Manfred? I definitely want military access and trade agreement if I can get them.
Cease.
It's not interested in trade agreement, okay. Let's see. What about... Just curious as to how much money I'd have to give for him to accept this. Yeah, looks like he's not interested. I mean, a trade agreement doesn't really get us much. I mostly want it, not for the income, but just for keeping on good terms with Manfred. I don't think it's likely he attacks us. He's going to finish off Temple Half. We do have a non-aggression pact, but we're still super weak, and he's not at war with anyone else. So this is why, if I could, I'd try and improve relations even more. I could just straight up give him a gift, but money's too valuable probably. If it's only going to get a temporary, like, you know, temporary boost in relations. So let's leave that. Alright, so after I recorded the first part, I was thinking about what I want to do next here, and something I'd really love to be able to set up is a sack city, where I fight a faction that just has one settlement left, or I take them down to one settlement, and then I repeatedly sack that settlement. And I'm kind of scrolling down over the Skaven because I think Clan Ferric may be the target of this. But the reason to do that is I get to gain lots of experience and levels on my Lords and Heroes, I get to pick up magic items, and I also get to pick up blood kisses if I'm fighting their faction leader every few turns. So setting that situation up I think would be really great. I don't want to trespass on Manfred though, and I can't help it coming this way, right? Yeah, you have to come through Sylvania. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I'd basically be having 4 armies trespassing on Manfred. I don't think I want to do that. Okay, let's just swing back and have my troops come round the other way, back towards Schwarzhofen. I think my plan is kind of to come down and fight the Skaven and set up the situation I described where I'm just sacking one of their settlements over and over again. Ideally this one, so my troops are closer to getting back. Because again, I have the problem of trespassing on Manfred going this way. So I could like come down, sack this once, then come over here, finish them off. I'm expecting I might be attacked by one of the Empire factions, in which case this plan's going to be, you know, the plan will be like thrown away anyway, so I'm not going to plan out details too much, but I will start heading this way around again.
Follow me.
Probably can force march with some of these armies. So what are we looking at here? Military presence 4, so they've got 12 to 14 units in one of these settlements. Then they have the Moot, which is its own province. And there's no troops there, okay. So I'm inferring from that... Yeah, so that's probably not all they have, right? They probably have...
Who calls?
Oh, hold on. No, that probably is all they have. They're not that strong. Okay. And it is only turn 5. Yeah, okay, fair enough. They haven't got a full stack just yet, I guess. So in that case,
In darkness.
I'm not going to worry about force marching here. I'm more concerned about having everyone able to fight together.
Let us talk.
Do I want to have the vampires out of the army? No, I don't think I need to do that this turn. Though if I'm force marching Isabella, if I think there's any chance that Isabella gets attacked, I shouldn't force march here. But what could be out here, right? No one else is going to be randomly marching through this territory. No, I don't think so. You sometimes get dwarves like randomly walking through neighboring areas, but the dwarves are all to the south. I think I'm completely fine to just force march.
I know the way.
With Isabella and Stefan here.
Fight.
And we're gonna trespass on Stirland again. But yeah, not worrying about that. If they want to attack me, they'll attack me. I think making the relations worse isn't mattering too much at this point. So this didn't get demolished because of the siege at Templehof. I guess that's still fine. I'm one turn away from being able to recruit necromancers. But I also have enough gold to start this upgrade, and I do think it's important to get walls down in Schwarzhofen. So, on the other hand, yeah, on the other hand, it'd be good to start developing these settlements. We certainly need more in the way of income buildings, that is for sure. I think let's stick to the plan. We'll be a bit short on gold for a while. That's okay. I mean, it's not essential to get the upgrades going as soon as they're available. It's a bit inefficient because then, like, the amount of growth you need builds up the more surplus you have sitting there. But yeah, it's still fine. Yeah, we can't afford to get anything else going in. Oh no, we can. Yeah, we can get this special building going in Schwarzhofen, which is probably worth doing, right? So this is income plus public order. It's kind of a better version of this building tree. Yeah, very slightly better. But it's cheaper to start with, so that's going to pay for itself very quickly. Let's go for it. Not going to be recruiting any more lords anytime soon. That's alright though. And yeah, I think that's everything. Take a very quick check of diplomacy. Yeah, I'm not going to go through everything here and try and make non-aggression pacts. I just know from experience that none of these factions are willing to sign with us. I picked up a magic item. No, I actually sorted out all of those things. Okay, no worries. Yeah, Temple Health was wiped out by Slovenia, so that's all good. Yeah, and as I was just talking about, dwarves sometimes randomly walk through territory. Here's the dwarf army that just came out of the ground. Talk about timing.
The axe thirsts for war.
Alright, what are you up to? And do I care?
Talk at me in your crude language if you must. I'll
Well,
make no promises as to the outcome.
you don't like me at all. You're rated as far stronger than us because the basic dwarf units are so strong and they can spam them out of their starting settlements pretty quickly. Let's see. This is, right, Carrick-Herne, which is these two regions. So here's the problem I have with expanding either in this direction or especially out in the west into the Empire, is you're just going to get drawn into, like, as the vampires, none of the Empire factions like you. You just get drawn into more and more wars. So what I could do is, like, I can beat this army, especially because it's right adjacent to my settlement, but even without that, we could destroy that army. But I don't think I'm going to. I'll just let them do whatever they want. I'm a bit concerned that they're going to declare war on me, but yeah, I can't stop them doing that. And I don't think there's any need to attack them preemptively.
Vlad von Carstein. For the wisdom
It looks
of
like
Valea.
just dwarf warriors and miners. Yeah. So these guys are a lot stronger than the skeletons and zombies we're fighting, but they still don't have super high melee attack or armor piercing, and that's the key. Yeah. So the Iron Breakers, Hammerers, Longbeards, those units are a lot more dangerous in terms of dealing damage to our characters, but this army would still... I'm confident I could still beat this army with just the Lords and Heroes I have plus the Garrison.
Count
As I said though, I'm not planning to actually launch that attack.
darkness gathers.
So let's just walk down here.
Go.
Depending what the dwarves do,
My will alone. We are in agreement.
my plan here will be to go ahead and head down towards the Skaven next turn.
You will be punished. Strike out.
But I'm just making sure everybody
Strike
is stood in a
out.
clump together so that dwarves aren't tempted to try anything.
Lord of the dead. I never tire. The axe thirsts for war.
Okay, so if that army... So the dwarves
For
would
the wisdom
declare war on
of
us
Valea.
and attack Vlad. Oh, they're not at war with us, so I can't see... I don't get the reinforcement arrows. I think Vlad might be out of reinforcement range from Schwarzhofen, but based on what happened before, I can't get more than like the army that's attacked plus 3 reinforcing armies in anyway, so that's fine.
The world will drown in blood.
Hmm.
The axe
I'd certainly be
thirsts
happier if
for
the
war.
dwarves hadn't done this, but yeah. See what happens. Okay, and gold-wise, yeah, so I completed that building. And I got a blood curse. Okay, let's choose a technology. Yeah, growth and income, that sounds good. Then maybe even more growth straight away. Sure. Let's look at the necromancers I have available. So I can recruit 2 of them because the one by default and plus an extra one from the tier 2 building I just finished in Schwarzhofen. Fortunately these traits aren't great. I'm fed up with the cunning trait already. I've already got 2 characters with it and that's 2 more than I want. Okay, if I'd been able to recruit a necromancer who boost research rate or gave discounts to building, then I might be tempted here. But yeah, I think I'll pass on this and just spend my gold on buildings. So let's look at this. So this is an extra 50 income for 1,000 gold, which takes a while to pay for itself, but I do want the income. Alternatively, I could go for income here or growth here. But I already have... Yeah, I already have a lot of growth. Growth is really... Growth is a limitation less... growth is kind of less of a limitation than gold. So how about I build this? So that's paying, yeah, 612 for plus 100 income, whereas this upgrade takes the same amount of time to build, but is far less efficient. I don't care so much about the public order. Okay.
What do you want?
I suppose,
For the wisdom
yeah,
of
I didn't
Valea.
quite have the foresight to plan out exactly how the economics would be working here. I guess with hindsight I may have been better off not recruiting the White King, and saving that money to recruit a Necromancer instead, because it's more important that Necromancers gain levels. Like, levels on the Necromancer do more than levels on the White King. But having said that, you know, I'm not... Yeah, I don't want to disband this guy. He has the Dread Incarnate trait, which I think I can make good use of, so we'll just have to hold off on the Necros and they can come in later. Yeah, so I like that we have walls in Temple Half. The fort here is a bit exposed, but it's also not worth too much, so I'm definitely not going to split my forces. I think that'd be a really big mistake. We can't be everywhere at once, which is always the case in these early campaigns. If someone attacks you from one side where you're weak, like, there's not too much you can do about it. We don't really get stronger by hanging out at home, like I kind of could in the Tomb King campaign, so my plan is still to come down here and fight some Skaven, get some experience that way. If the dwarves go and leave us alone, I'll probably send some of the heroes out of the army to do some scouting. I just didn't want to do that when there was some chance we'd actually be fighting. Alright, and let's have a quick look again at a trade agreement.
Insolence.
Yeah, he's not having that. We're still getting, yeah, it's building up to 26 on the relations. That should be higher once I complete the build and it gives us a trade resource, so that was another reason to go for it. And yeah, let's move on. Well, now the silly dwarves are raiding us. That's kind of bold.
The axe thirsts for war.
Oh, that's so annoying because it cuts our income and hits our public order. Why can't you just leave? Alright, there's one more turn before the wall's complete. Yeah, none of this stuff has siege attacker. So here's my plan. I'm going to hold off heading south until I have walls at Schwarzhofen, because that means I can like the dwarves can't take it right away. They'd have to spend a turn besieging it, dwarves or whoever else. So let's just have the army stand on the other side here, but still within reinforcement range.
All shall know me and tremble.
Yeah, the dwarves are... I've noticed this with lots of the different like minor dwarf factions. They come and just kind of throw their weight around a bit. Like, they come raid you in the early game because they can, and I feel like it's just, as I was explaining, it's not in my interest to go to war with that faction, because going out to actually take their settlements would just bring me in contact with more people who dislike me and are likely to dogpile. So it's a bit cowardly, but I'm not going to do anything about them. Yeah, let's just get going on that building. We might make a bit of gold from sacking the Skaven. We'll see.
It is night. I hunt.
Yeah, let's just leave everyone as they are. I don't think going into ambush... Yeah, I don't think any of these stances are worth it. I definitely don't want to go into force march or ambush stance particularly. I can't remember if there's some trait you can gain from ending the turn in channeling stance, but since I have the movement range, I don't believe there's any downside of doing it. Like, it doesn't make you start the battle tired at all, so...
This night.
Okay, Manfred has not declared war on anyone else yet. Yeah, the minor dwarf factions get super strong super early. It's just like Greybeard's prospectors down in the desert. Nothing else has really been happening in terms of territory changing hands. And we got a -6 leadership penalty for 3 turns. Well, that's not great. Alright, so a few things happened there. So here's Dryker. And a bunch of heroes in her army, plus some other units I can't see. This, I have a bad feeling about this. Meanwhile, the dwarves declared war on Black Venom tribe of goblins, I think, but are still raiding us. Hopefully them being at war with someone else will mean that next turn they'll be like, we should send our army off to fight the people we're at war with, and they'll actually leave us alone. We at least got the walls finished, so I'm happy to leave Schwarzhafen undefended, or at least like move away so I'm not standing right by it. But now I'm thinking I probably need to head up to defend against this. I imagine they're going to declare war and attack Templehalf, right? Why else would she do this? The AI factions at the beginning of the game are so irritating. Oh wait, what happened to Essen? Oh, she's at war. She's at war with Ostermark, who I guess I haven't discovered yet. No, I have discovered them. So she's... Yeah, it's really funny. Both Dryker and those dwarves down south are like in my territory, just hanging out, despite being now at war with other people. Well, she's a bit stronger than Ostermark, but I still feel like she's... I want to say she's fairly unlikely to attack us and just start another war. Don't know. Alright, I'm not going to head on scout south towards this Skaven. I think there's just too much chance of getting into too many wars. I'm going to move back up to have the option of relieving Castle Templehalf if Dryker does lay siege to it. Or I guess, or still have the option to help out down with down here if the dwarves attack. So let's look at the military situation for Stirland. So they have military presence 7 across their 3 settlements. Okay, so they have a full stack now. And they're not fighting anyone else yet. No. Yeah, so unfortunately they're just going to get more and more irritated with me as I trespass again.
Darkness comes.
How do I want to do this? Do I want to just stand in their territory, take a little attrition, but use ambush stance? I probably do want to do that, I think.
Light.
Yeah, that's not much attrition. We can easily heal that off.
For now, if you think it is wise, I know the way. I will not bend to my will.
Alright, let's actually move Isabella first.
Queen of flight. I'll do as you ask.
This night, deliver it unto me.
I think the ideal outcome here is that one enemy faction decides to declare war on me, and I can stop this kind of posturing and just like focus on fighting them, and the others leave me alone. But there's no guarantee that's what happens.
Good, this will do.
So at least the walls are up. So that means, yeah, we're not in immediate danger. I don't believe this army is going to be able to attack without laying siege first. I should probably look more at the stats of some of these characters. I guess these are branch race, but they have the shadow law. That's kind of cool. Okay. If we get into war with either of them, we might be able to bring in Manfred, since he's not currently fighting anybody.
Absolutely not.
Okay, he's still not interested in trade deal. Fair enough. Alright, let's see what happens. War declared Sylvania on Bone Rattlers. Interesting. Ah, Avaland is almost certainly declaring war on us. Yep. And there is... Okay. I see what's happening here. Sterland. Dwarves just hanging out, raiding us, but at least they're not declaring war, I guess. And yeah, both Sterland and Avaland declared war, but this is part of the reason why I wanted to stay in ambush stance, because this army has force marched over here, and I believe we can now just take them out this turn. So that's looking good. Striker went off somewhere else. And okay, so the Bone Rattlers took this, and Manfred took this, and is now at war with the Bone Rattlers. Well, that's fine. I guess I'd rather he was at war with someone else, but... And I haven't encountered the Bone Rattlers myself. Oh, no, I have. Okay, yeah, so they're not... Yeah, they are not super scary looking. So, let's fight this battle. Isabella's going to initiate it, and everyone else is coming in as reinforcements. We're at the edge of our territory. Yeah, so they're actually taking attrition there. That's interesting.
In my own time.
Hopefully I have enough movement. Because we're on force march, I don't have to fight them twice, which is beating them once will wipe them out. And this is their faction leader, I believe, so this should be a blood kiss. But what I was going to say was, I think I'll have enough movement to actually be able to get into, into friendly territory, and not take attrition over the end turn. Oh.
By Sigma, no.
Yikes. They're teaming up on us more effectively than I realized. Well, that army's on force march too, but the sad thing is... Oh, maybe I can reach them. Oh, this would be... Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still clearly in my interest to wipe out this army, irrespective of what I decide to do afterwards. And we are ready to fight. All my reinforcements are in position. Now, this may not be an easy fight, even with them being in force march. It does give us an advantage, but not overwhelmingly so. So, lots of archers, okay. Lots of swordsmen. I'd much rather those are spearmen, but swordsmen are not too strong. And then... Oh, pistoliers are going to be annoying. They don't have too much armor-piercing damage, but yeah, we can't catch them, obviously. And then mortars. The mortars are actually kind of on our side, as in, I imagine they'll do more damage to their own units than to us. Okay, and they're on force march. Their lord is nothing special. Yeah, let's go see how we do here. Not sure there's going to be much option for fighting on, in terrain where we don't just get dogpiled by all their stuff at once, but maybe, or maybe near this rocky outcrop we can just like put our backs to the outcrop and not fight so many units simultaneously. The thing is, because they have archers, it's kind of on us to, yeah, it's kind of on us to actually make the aggressive move here, unless I can really just unless I'm willing to just like take all their missile fire.
I am immortal.
I'm not sure that's a great idea. Well, one thing I will say is it's super important that we got those level ups on all my characters, because abilities like the hunger on my two Stefan and Wolfric here, like that's going to be really important for keeping them alive. And we didn't recruit any necromancers, which is kind of good in a way, because necromancers are super squishy. It's really hard to keep it's really hard to keep a squishy character alive, whereas all my characters have high armor, so hopefully we can win this without anyone actually getting killed or wounded. Hopefully I don't actually forget someone on the back lines as well, that would be awkward.
Isabella von Carstein.
Yeah, so I think... yeah, I don't care about the mortars at all. We have the choice of trying to fight in a wood, but they probably just won't come to us. Or trying to fight by this outcrop, and I think I prefer the outcrop. Yeah, I can't do anything about the pistoliers, like I was saying. Do I want to do a heal before we start? I could do an AoE heal with overcasting with Isabella. Yeah, that probably is worth doing. Let's just wait and build up on magic. We're not in a rush here. We can take as long as as long as I want.
The von Carstein's march.
Okay, let's not prioritize healing the vampires who have regeneration and drop down,
Queen of Dark.
because this heals 4 units, right? Yeah, max 4. Okay, so let's just drop that down like this.
I ascend.
That way everyone who doesn't regenerate passively in combat gets healed.
Lady.
And I think I'll just let the Winds of Magic build up to full as well before actually starting to fight here. There's no... I don't think there's a reason not to do that. I can imagine trying to get a really good cast of a pendulum with my Shadow Mage. We'll just have to see how that works out. Okay, that's basically full magic. Let's walk over towards this outcrop, and we'll just have to see how they react. I mean, they can kind of kite us around with their missile troops. And especially the Pistoliers. Like, we can't get into combat with the Pistoliers, we just have to let them spend their ammo on us, sadly. So if the Pistoliers come to attack us, the choice is whether I just kind of charge out and go into melee with all their forces at once, but that would at least stop their troops from shooting, or whether I just take the fire. I mean, that's the choice, I think. Yeah, the mortars are going to be firing at us, but they are not going to do very much damage at all, so I don't particularly care, I think. Actually, like I was saying before, I think I can actually use the mortars to my advantage. I think I just ignore the Pistoliers and Archers, and I have to just rush into combat with some of these swordsmen. Try my best to keep everyone together, all fighting the same unit as possible. Where's their general? He's over here. Okay. They are on force march, so yes, they're much stronger than the undead we were fighting earlier, but you know, their basic infantry will still not last that long in melee against us. and will have a very hard time hitting us.
Swiftly.
Just going to make a beeline for this unit of swordsmen, I think. So they're going to adjust, they're going to start firing at us. That's fine. I'm ignoring the mortars. I hope they actually drop some shots down on their own troops once we get closer.
Attack.
Yeah, so taking a bit more damage. I'm going to try and hold off as long as I can on the heals to more or less get a full heal, as in like not waste any of the healing points, which I think means doing that. Okay, let's concentrate on these swordsmen. Yeah, pistoliers are shooting at us too. If they shoot at us in melee, they'll actually just hit their own units, so I'm kind of okay with them doing that. I'll save one of my Master of Beguilement buffs for their general when he comes in. Okay, Isabella's taking a little bit of damage here. It's not too bad. Yeah, we're messing up that swordsman unit though. Okay, and she has the ability to become unbreakable. I should probably use this since it refreshes.
Excellent.
Oh, and they are mortaring their old soldiers. Oh, that is beautiful. I did not think they would necessarily do that. Okay, Isabella's actually having some leadership problems, so let's just put that down right away. Okay, when these other swordsmen... if these other swordsmen come in, I'll drop the pendulum. You can see we're not taking that much damage still, but leadership is more the issue. Alright, their units are starting to rout. Okay, their generals got involved there.
Isabella von Carstein.
We can try and focus on him, probably kill him pretty quickly. If I can see him again. There he is.
For Sylvania.
Alright, if more troops come in, yeah, here's a good pendulum. I won't overcast it, but I think this should get a decent number of kills. Yeah, 50 or so. It's not too bad.
Blood von Carstein.
Just trying to keep people healing. No, I should cast with Isabella because she has the passive army-wide healing. Where's Marcus? Oh, he ran away. Okay, well, that's fine. We can't really chase after him. I think this is going okay. They've got lots of missile units left that they can kite us around, but... Oh, and the mortars are... I can't believe this. I know that Skaven will go in for the friendly fire, but I didn't think the mortars would actually... They'd keep firing their mortars on... Like, they're doing so much damage to their own troops.
For Sylvania. All shall bow.
Okay, Marcus is coming back. Or Marius, sorry.
Life must end.
And we can put the debuff down on him again. If I can click through the flags, there we go. Yeah, we've almost got him. Should be able to get him here. No, we ran away again. Nuts. Can we kill him with Spirit Leech? No, probably not quite. Well, if he comes back again, one more hit plus a Spirit Leech could finish him off. Yeah, there's lots of troops left, but frankly, they're just not going to be able to threaten us here. And our leadership's still pretty good.
Bow before me. Isabella von Carstein.
Yeah, let's just drop this on one of the units that's almost broken to try and make them break. I'm going to look at the end of the battle how much damage those mortars have dealt, because they are helping me out big time here.
Night has
Yeah, let's try and break the swordsman.
end them.
Okay, Marius is back.
We rule the night.
Kill Marius.
Love
Yep, he's down.
eternal.
Excellent.
And death for all.
That is going to slightly help in terms of breaking the rest of the army. We've more or less taken care of the infantry, it's just missile troops. Yeah, so this could be a bit of a nuisance if they're not going to send their missile troops into melee with us.
Love eternal.
Victory's in our grasp, very good news.
Kill!
Okay, they're sending some archers into melee, that's great. We can hopefully just
For blood!
keep in melee. They're hitting a lot of their own units even with the small arms fire. Oh, sending pistoliers into melee. Oh, maybe not.
Slaughter them!
No, they're gonna just run away, aren't they? Okay, in that case, go after something we can actually catch. Yeah, this is what I was a little afraid of, is just being kited like this at the end. I think we've done enough damage to them that this is okay still. But we're obviously taking quite a bit more extra damage now. Alright, they decided to come fight us in melee again. Dropping this on archers is kind of a waste, but it's free to do it, so may as well use it on something. Yeah, that unit's broken. Okay. Go for these other archers that are wavering. Pistoliers have almost used all their ammo at least, that's good. We do have a bit more healing. We're probably just going to get one more Invocation of Nehet cast. Maybe should have saved it for an overcast actually. Yeah, this vampire's a bit wounded, but she's okay. Alright, if the Pistoliers want to fight us, let's not pass that up. Yeah, these units are all broken anyway. I think their army's very close to getting the army loss penalty. Yeah, these Pistoliers have used all their ammo, so they're coming into melee too. And then once they're dead, I think these other archers and mortars will just break. Yeah, they're broken, okay. And yeah, all their other units are breaking too. Great. Okay, we got them. Very good. No need to run them down. We probably can't anyway. So let's see. We get 1 power every 57 seconds, and it costs... How much does it cost to overcast? Oh, it doesn't tell me because I don't have enough Winds of Magic. That's too bad. I'm just trying to decide if I can actually save up for an overcast. I don't think so. I think it maybe costs 11? Because an overcast would heal 4 of us at once, that's the thing. Alright, well the White King doesn't really need healing, and you don't really need healing. And...
Vlad von Carstein.
yeah, Vlad regenerates, so he probably needs healing a bit less. Let's just separate them out like that. We've got to be careful to drop this heal down before the battle ends. Just a question of how much Winds of Magic I get. Where's the edge of the map? Oh, it's over there. This could be close. I think I probably should just take the single heal. Yeah, I don't think I was going to get up to 5 Winds of Magic, or whatever it was for the overcast, so that worked out. Well, close victory, and I guess we took some damage. It's a little frustrating to have this victory called close though, considering their army's getting wiped out, and we started with 7 people and ended with 7 people. But yeah, it's just the HP damage, I guess. Okay, 745. That is enough money that I will take that. The dot magic. Casualty replenishment rate is not a big deal for us because most of our healing is going to come from the battling. Oh, that's interesting. Don't know that that can actually be put onto a hero, but it looks like it can. Cool.
Descendant of Batura.
Alright, so we picked up Banner of Eternal Flame. We picked up a Scroll of Shielding. Decent. Damage resistance. Yeah, that's not bad. That's definitely better than the one that gives just magic resistance. Ooh, Crown of Command. Wow, we are doing very well on these magic items. This is nice for helping units that are low on leadership. Yeah, that's great. And Campaign Line of Sight. Sweet. Okay, that was really successful. Also, lots of level ups to do. I'll handle that last time, although looking at this, yeah, we can actually attack and wipe out this army too, which looks very similar to that army we just fought against, and is also on Force March.
All shall know me and tremble.
Yeah, that's very tempting. I think I probably should just go ahead and do that. Okay, well, that's going to do it for part 2. Things are getting interesting. The Empire, yeah, 2 Empire factions decided to declare war on us. Maybe other people will be joining them. But so far we're holding our own, and the Goon Squad is kicking ass and taking names. So, yeah, be interested to see what all happens next time. Not sure I want to push on into this territory to discover more of the Empire factions, but maybe I'm forced to do that. Have a think about it. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, and see you for part 3.